This morning we're going to be, as we continue this series devoted to reclaiming Jesus, to approaching Christianity. A lot of people grew up in Christianity. We've talked about the idea that even if we do not consider ourselves to be Christian or never even followed any particular religion, our culture, our country itself, is founded out of it's rooted in Christianity. It doesn't mean that we all ascribe to it, but it is our culture. So it's impacted all of us to some extent or another. And so we've wanted to try to explore together, not throwing the baby out with the bathwater, because oftentimes in Unity and in Science of Mind, we're not quite sure what to do with some of these more religious things. Like, we're not quite sure, how do we talk about Jesus, especially when so much of the way Jesus is talked about is so contrary to what we think and what we believe is true of him or true of us as spiritual beings. And one of those ideas that is a part of Christianity, that is a very damaging part of Christianity, is this belief in original sin. In Unity, we believe that we are not born in original sin. We believe that we are born in original blessing. I think about Albert Einstein and something he said. He said, one of the most important questions a person can ask themselves is, do you basically believe that the universe is a benevolent universe or a malevolent universe? A good universe or a friendly universe or an unfriendly universe? And he went on to suggest that the reason that question is so important and the way we answer that question for ourselves is so important is because it shapes the way that we live our lives. What if we grew up with, and if we support one another in, a belief that we are okay from the get-go? That is what original blessing is really saying. It is saying that we were born right the first time. It is saying that we are not born in sin and carriers of sin. It's saying that we are born in the image and after the likeness of Spirit, after the image and the likeness of God. Did you know that of the world's major religions, the doctrine of original sin is only held in Christianity? Sin is really about, it comes from the Greek word, archery term, which means to miss the mark. It's really about the fact that sometimes we set a goal or a standard for ourselves, a spiritual goal or a spiritual standard, and we may miss it. We may not do so well. Do we make mistakes? Do you make mistakes? Do I make mistakes? You bet. We all make mistakes. But that does not mean that we are a mistake. We're not a mistake. And what a different way we would hold ourselves if we truly, fully embraced our own divinity. If we really, truly, fully embraced our own okayness, our own rightness, and then to take that in its natural progression, to really look out upon all others, knowing the same to be true of them.
Thanks for listening. Sunday services at 9 and 11 a.m. Inclusivity. It's worth the drive. Subscribe to our podcasts and download our free app for instant access to a wealth of spiritual teachings, services, and events.